I've been talking about this for some time, but Republicans, some of them are saying, don't worry about our positions on abortion. We're not extreme or anything. We're not crazy. Well, take a look at this. A Missouri Republican has offered legislation that would allow women to be charged with murder if they get an abortion in the state. Missouri, by the way, has already been at the leading edge of taking away rights. They were the first state to enact a trigger law banning abortions when Roe v. Wade was overturned last June. The state's law now prohibits all abortions except in cases of medical emergency, which is not the provision that you might think it is. We've seen an increasing number of stories from around the country of people who have attempted to use those sorts of provisions and found that they don't reach it for one of a million different reasons. Doctors are terrified of going to jail, and horrific situations have developed as a result of it. Well, even beyond that, we now have this. So Senator Mike Moon has this bill. It would give fetuses the same rights as human beings, which would allow for criminal charges to be filed against anyone who gets an abortion, helps someone get an abortion, or provides abortion care. It does allow for a duress defense and does not allow for criminal charges if the abortion was performed to save the patient's life. Again, your experience may vary. Or if a doctor accidentally aborts a fetus during a life-saving medical procedure on the pregnant person. We don't yet know if they're going to be charging people with murder if they get abortions in other states and then come back to Missouri. And I don't know exactly if this does become law, exactly what the charges will be, but I do know that they have the death penalty for murder in that state. And so just bear that in mind when supporters of this bill, like Bradley Pierce, president of the Foundation to Abolish Abortion, say, I hold the supposedly extreme position that murdering anyone should be illegal for everyone because everyone is created in the image of God. Yes, if you're pregnant, you shouldn't be murdering that fetus, it's wrong. And if you do it, you should be murdered by the state because that's right, I guess. That might be coming to Missouri soon. What do you think?
I mean, it makes total sense to me, John, what you just said. Not. Make this make sense. These people are so cringe and they're fringe. This is the party that purports itself to be about freedom, about individual freedom and liberty, yet you want government just small enough to fit into a woman's uterus, her womb. That's what you want. They're cowards, they're absolute fools, they are the extremists, and they are not pro-life by any stretch of the imagination, John. They are totally pro-birth, because they don't give a damn about the baby as it grows, a child. They don't care about his family. If they did, they would support increasing the minimum wage. If they did, they would want paid family and medical leave. If they did, they would support unions and the PRO Act. If they did, they would support universal lunch programs across the country. If they cared about life, they would not be trying to strip away the protections from children in terms of child labor laws. So please, America, stop being fooled by these self-righteous, do nothing, ignorant, behind, I wanna say something else, Republicans who are power hungry and they only wanna control a woman's body. And I'm gonna tell you something, John, how many bills like this are passed to control men's reproductive health? I'll wait.
I can't remember one.
Because it does not happen. These people are just outrageous. And I don't know a lot of people who are pro-abortion. Matter of fact, I don't know people who are pro-abortion. I know people who are pro-choice. And that really is what this is about. And then they want to elevate who's more worthy to get it, if we should let you get it. The whole divide and conquer. It's dangerous what they're doing. It's utterly ridiculous. It's un-American, unpatriotic. Democrats need to throw their words back at them, but these people are dangerous as hell.
Yeah, look, thankfully helping the Democrats who they do talk a little bit about abortion. I still don't think enough, but what's helping them in this case is people see through all this. They see how incredibly extreme and outrageous this is. They don't support it. Now, we don't live in a democracy, so the fact that people don't support it doesn't really seem to matter when it comes to these laws being passed. But at the very least, if you're watching this and wondering if you're out of step with the mainstream, no, you're not. These people are monsters. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.